Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Wednesday. What a great Wednesday this is. The brand new Fenix aircraft version 2 block 2 is finally here. 18 months in the making. The Fenix team have been working on this. The beta guys have been testing it, and happy that it's now available for everybody to enjoy, of course, with the wonderful new engines as well. So I thought it'd be wrong to fly an EasyJet flight tonight. We needed to fly something with the new IAE engines, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing. And we're also in America, just to make things mix things up even more. So yeah, hang on, let's just get out of this room. Where's my aircraft? No one wants to see the briefing room. There she is. Yep, we are in Atlanta, and as I say, in America, and we're flying up to JFK. Hopefully there might be a bit of ATC knocking about as well when we get up there. But this just looks stunning. There you can see the new engines just windmilling in the wind, and the liveries that these guys have got for this release just look stunning. I really like this JetBlue one. There are 2 or 3 JetBlue ones available, but I think this just looks amazing. Very blue. So yeah, we thought, well, why not? There we go. The cigar-shaped engines. So this will be your transportation for the evening as we fly with the new engines. And if you haven't heard them yet already, oh my god, the engine sounds. They are just absolutely stunning. So yep, definitely a stream I'm looking forward to tonight. We are on VATSIM as well, and we're often fly in the USA, so on VATSIM in the USA, always fun. Oh, look at the sat dome as well. Yep, grab some internet. So that's it now. You can gamble online whilst we fly. But this is this is just an absolutely gorgeous aircraft. As I say, 18 months in the making, and we're going to show it off for you in full tonight. Normally I would also fly with self-loading cargo providing cabin announcements, but I've not bothered with that tonight. We're just going to utilise the cabin announcements that comes with the new Fenix aircraft, and see how we get on with that. Full GSX integration as well. So I suppose we should just get on board and start enjoying, shouldn't we? Yeah. Right, so America, always good fun. A few people say different things regarding their regarding the, what do you call it, the performance of the aircraft. I've not suffered too much with it. It was my AFB. To be fair, I pop it out anyway. But yeah, that's the new AFB. Looks mighty nice, and as Tuba's just said as well on there, it's really nice and responsive. Sean, how do you add custom announcements? There'll be a tutorial in due course about that, but yes, custom announcements are something that you are able to do. A big shout out to all our channel members coming on board as well this evening for this historical flight. So hey to DC, Gert, Terry Ash here, hey Leon, Clever Trevor, whatever you want to be called, mate, it's fine by me. Fruitbat, Bobbles here as well, good day to you. Waking up to great news as well. Captain Q, Bacchus is here as well. David English, good evening. Glyn Chumi as well, as say, and Andrew Elliot Woodford, good to see you as well, and Klaus too. Good evening as well if you're watching over on Twitch this evening. Good to see you. And to everybody else as well, good evening as well. Kivo, RIP Wizard Mode. They call it something else. It's not called Wizard Mode now. I can't remember what they call it, but yeah, basically. So, Chubby, why not start the stream with something nice? What? Not like a Boeing or something. Is there a new profile for SimBrief? Yes and no. You don't need to insert one because SimBrief already has it there. If you in SimBrief select the Airbus A320, and then from the options available, the Fenix with IAEs and the Fenix with the CFM engines is already there, so you don't have to do anything. It's there. It's all just waiting for you. It really has been made very simple by the Fenix devs. So it is indeed Great news. Speedbird simulations. If you use the PA volume control on the pedestal, you can hear the announcements in the flight deck. It does turn it up, yeah, and we'll have a look at that in a little bit. In fact, we'll turn that on now, and and turn that up. We've also got the interphone as well, because they will ping you. They will get in touch with you using this now to basically tell you things like the flight deck are, all the passengers are on board and prepared for landing and all that stuff. So yeah, it's really nice. It's really good and realistic. Chewy kicking our stream off tonight, our special Phoenix stream off tonight, with an amazing 5 EasyJet and Pilot Channel membership gifts. Chewy, thank you so much, mate, for continuing to support us. Welcome to our new channel members as well this evening. Elliot, check the ARAC cycle. Yeah, you have to. You must check the ARAC cycle, because this is essentially it's a brand new aircraft. Even though it's an update, it's a new aircraft. So check that you've got the latest ARAC cycle installed. And some of you may even find you have to recalibrate your thrust levers and flaps settings, because, as I say, it's new. So some things might not have been carried through. Oh, actually, that's a good point. Have I got my... Oh, I've put my custom viewers back in. I saved those before, deleted the old Phoenix and put this one in. So thankfully, yes, the custom viewers are working, which means we should still get our lovely wing views as well. Hey, someone's cleaned the windows. The windows were never this clean. I've not noticed that before, because I never normally fly when I'm testing this thing in the passenger seats. But the windows are clean. What are the... How's the... that doesn't look too bad either. Looks, I can't tell if there's splats on the windows outside in Atlanta's terminal or ours. There may be some bug spatter on there and bug brains, but oh well. Anyway, we need to get going, don't we? So I am going to fly this as close to real ops and standard operating procedures as possible, but we may just, to speed things up a bit, just get over some... skip over on some things. Anyway, let's just quickly look through our operational flight plan, because, as I say, I don't actually fly in America that often. So we're not very heavy tonight, only 10.5 tons. Philadelphia is the alternate, 35,000 feet, cost index of 21. Off to JFK, nice tailwind. Shear rate at Radska is 8.4. Oh, that could be interesting. Might be a little bit bumpy. So plug fuel is 6771. CNR is 2.5 tons. That's all fine. I don't think we've got any terrain to worry about. Nope, that's fine. What's the weather doing at JFK? So, potentially a crosswind landing. Ceiling at 500 feet. So that is Cat 1. That's fine. It's Cat 1. Philadelphia's Cat 1. They're all Cat 1. Yeah, we're not worried. Let's have a quick look at the forecast for it. And this is something else as well. The EFB is now incredibly fast. It's there's no lag anymore. It's really, really nice. That's zoomed in. Oh, that's quite neat. Okay, so we can actually scroll around that screen. That's nice. Okay, there's our flight route. That's a pile of weather which we're going to have to endure. Isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds. It's a real shame that we still don't get the weather radar though, but that's not the Phoenix guy's fault, is it? So extra fuel on for that. And there's the vertical profile. It's okay. No times we're not going to bother with those. Now, this is quite neat as well. I didn't touch on this on the video I released earlier, but we've got, finally, we have a QRH. Actually, this is probably more accurate to the ones that I've got, because all my documents aren't for the IAE engines. But here is a quick reference handbook. So if something breaks, then this is what we're going to be looking at. Normally you go to the Ofcom first, and then into the QRH. I'm just having a look. What you can't do, which is a bit of a pain, is you can't actually tap. For example, I'm just tapping away on the abnormal operations at 15, the door, and it's not jumping to that section, so we would have to sort of scroll through and find it. However, this, I believe, is available to download somewhere, so it might work as a linked PDF there, which would be which would be much better. Christian, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. How do you get the external EFB McDo? Right, so you can only get that if you're obviously using an external device like a tablet. So what you won't see here. Hang on, let me just clear this off. What you won't see here is the option. However, if I go to my external tablet view, hang on, there, see the one on the far right, the McDo? Yeah, so tap that and it'll basically bring up the box for you to use. Yeah, so that's how that works. I found it okay. I'm actually using it on an old tablet at the moment, so it's a bit slow to tell you the truth, but there we are. Well, anyway, what we're doing? We're meant to be looking at what we're meant to be doing flying-wise. I don't want the checklist. I want my operational flight plan. Okay, what fuel are we going to take? Let's take something sensible then. Might be a bit of traffic tonight. Lots of people want to maybe fly into JFK. So if we're quite underloaded tonight, I reckon we'll take... let's take 8 tons of fuel. We'll take 8 tons, that's fine. We'll also then be able to do some good fuel checks and see how the new engine model is working as well with this new aircraft, because they've spent so much time building this up, because the idea will be that hopefully, you know, once this has all been sorted, everyone's happy with it, what will happen then is they can focus on the A319, the A321, and they've already got a good realistic engine model to sort of base that on. So yeah. Hoochmania says real world ops, but flying the flying an A220 route. Do you know what? I'm now going to double check that, because I did see some routes which were A220, but I thought this was an A320. I may have been in a bit of a rush. Hang on, let me have a quick look for you. You can do this with me. JetBlue, what we're doing? 720. There it is. Pick one. Oh yeah, that was an A220. A220. I thought I'd found one that was an A320. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. As long as we fly it realistically, that's all that matters. And as long as you hear the wonderful... Oh, there you go. It has been operated by a 320. See, it must have been the 12th of February that I was looking at. But yeah, it's an A320 that occasionally does fly that. Oh, that's Miami to Boston. That's all right. I know exactly what I'll have done then. I'll have seen this route, clicked on one of these, not actually noticed the route has changed, and then yeah, okay, I suppose Miami to Boston is a little bit further, isn't it? Oh well, who cares? Let's get off that. Let's just enjoy our aircraft. Right, where are we? We are parked at Tango 16. We're departing 26 left. And let's, you know, there's no ATC around at the moment, so we're just going to push back. We'll face north and taxi down Echo. And this will be interesting actually, because I wonder what intersection departures are available in the box, because we can now make our own. So if there is an option to depart from Charlie Delta or Echo in there, we can just create our own sort of intersection takeoff, and then we'll have a play with that. Hey Matthew, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hey Ryan, good to see you as well. Okay, well, let's now start sort of the boarding process and yeah, and get going. So I'll go back to our Fenix app. Just want to check. We've no ATC that's come online in the last sort of 10 minutes or so, have we? No, that's fine. So Fenix app, it says we're going to push back in 11 minutes. I don't think we are. Right, that's been loaded in. Mass and balance page. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do now. This is information from SimBrief, sort of the planned payload and fuel, etc. But obviously, as per real world, you know, when you take block fuel, probably not that often. So what we're going to do is we're going to amend this. We are going to take 8 tons. I'll just slide that there. So let's just apply that. and we will load the aircraft. And of course we're going to use GSX for that. Now please GSX, don't crash on me, please work. Yeah, and it's automatically selecting the operator and everything. We don't have to do anything. And there comes the jetway. Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to work, but there it is. Awesome. Right, so we'll leave that to do what it's doing. I am going to open the cabin door as well because I might get to hear some sounds back there. Hey Jordan, good to see you. Okay, let's do our usual flows then. So just get the pumps off. We're on external power at the moment. Nav logo lights are on. Packs are off. Just turn these down a little bit. It's not that cool today where we currently are. Seatbelt signs are off as we're going to refuel. I'm going to pop strobes on to off. Now normally, of course, as part of the sort of pre-flight setup, they would be shoved to auto. But on VATSIM, I believe at the moment, if they are set to auto, for other users, you can actually see the strobes flashing, and that's not realistic, so we don't want that. What we're going to do then is just our usual stuff. Make sure that spoilers, flaps, parking brake is on, acupressure's nice and in the green. Have we got some weather? Let's just get the latest METAR then. So altimeter is 2993. I'll just set that. They're fine. VHF 2 should be monitoring the guard, which it is. That's nice. We'll switch to Unicom in a moment, so that's all right. And oh, let me get rid of the EFB. Thanks, Elliot. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's okay. We've got our load sheet. That's come through. Up here then. Hit the constraints. Now, already had a quick look. Our initial climb is going to be 10,000 feet, so we'll set that up, and that's done. And then we are going to start setting up the box. Now, obviously, aerocycle's right. We've got the IAE engines. Nice little new variant shown in there. Let's do our init request then. Get that filled out. Hopefully, it won't take too long. There we are. Okay, so JetBlue 720, cost index of, what was it? I'm going to have to bring this back up now. 21. Ground temperature is 23. Tropo is 43. Let's call it just 400. It's close enough. Can you hear the passengers boarding now? I'll download the winds. So yeah, as I say, I normally always use self-loading cargo. I'm not using it today. So any sounds you hear are going to be the Fenix. This is just the Fenix, nothing else. IRS init, stand Tango 16. Everything's looking like it agrees, so that's fine. And we're cruising at what, 35,000 feet. Temperature 50. So I'm using my using the mouse just at the moment for this. I am noticing just a little bit of a lag in what I can see on my other tablet. Not obviously the one you can see on screen. It may just be because the tablet's old and the kids keep filling it with bloatware. So let me know how you guys are finding the response time of the external McDo. That would be interesting to hear that. Alright, flight plan, what we're doing. We're departing off 26 left. There it is. The Phil 3 departure. The Hurtable transition, and then arriving, planned arrival is 22 left, Carmen 4, and where's that coming in via? Is that coming in via, I have no idea what that's coming in via. Not familiar, of course, with. Let's have a look. Carmen, expect vectors to final approach fix in use. Okay, well in that case, given the direction we're coming from, looks like Norton would probably be the obvious choice there. So we'll pop that in. The distance 758 and 768. So 10 miles difference there. That's all right. Okay, RadNav page. We'll leave that as it is. Don't need to worry about that. Okay, onto the init B page then. We got our load sheet. Let's accept that. Right, so fuel weight is 54.7. We really are light tonight. 54.7. CFG 31.4.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
Fuel for the alternate, if we have to dart back to Philadelphia for whatever reason, is 1.5 tons. We'll do fuel planning. So yeah, say we're going to be taking 8 tons of fuel. Chewie, you've not got any lag with your external motor. Yeah, it'll be me. It'll be the hardware I'm using. Right, takeoff weight of 62.5 tons. Landing weight, max landing weight of this aircraft is still the same, 64.5 tons, so we're below max landing weight on takeoff, so that's fine. Alright, so on to our takeoff performance then. So let's just bring that up. Oh, one thing I didn't grab was the takeoff CFG is 29.7 planned. Alright, so 2.6 left. It is dry. Flap config. I'll set that to optimum. We don't normally. We're with an orange airline. We'll usually use flaps 1 unless it's a special case. Force toga, absolutely not. Anti-ice off. Packs will be off, just compared to the usual SOPs we use. Takeoff weight then is, as I say, 62.5. The CFG is 29.7. Live weather is now auto-synced as well. What intersection data have we got? Alright, okay, so this is a good example to use it. We've got full length data there. I don't really want to do full length, so what then are our options in Philadelphia? Let's see. Not Philadelphia, that's the alternate, in Atlanta. So Echo Charlie Delta, maybe. Let's have a look, see what's available. Is it going to give us the information? That's everything I need for landing. Parking gates, parking gates, parking gates, de-icing. Ah. That's strange, it's not giving me the it's not giving me the information I wanted. Oh, that's a real shame. Oh, well, in that case, we can't just make that up. We are going to have to use full length. Oh well, it would have been nice to show off, but unless I've actually got the information in the charts anywhere, I can't do it. Alright, well, let's crack on. Full length. Oh wow, look how quick that sorted that out. That didn't take long. The real world calculator takes much longer than that. Okay, so we've got 128 131. Transition altitude, of course, here in the USA, 18,000 feet. Thrust reduction acceleration altitude, yeah, we'll leave those. Flex is 53. and of course flaps 1. Okay. Jack Russell, alternate bin Philadelphia is a bit weird. This would be like trying to fly Heathrow and the alternate bin Frankfurt. Well, America's huge, isn't it? There are some closer alternates. Bear in mind, if your primary alternate is the one that's actually furthest away, that's not always a bad thing. You might not use it, but it means that from a fuel planning point of view, you've got a lot more fuel than you're probably ever going to need, particularly to divert. So it's, you know, it's conservative, which is fine. Oh, we're using flaps 3 for departure. I left it on optimum, didn't I? So that's going to be nice. Let me just update that. Okay, and flaps 3. Okay, secondary flight plan then. Let me have a look at this. So let's just let's just copy the active. What we're going to do if something goes bang on departure? Well, personally, I'd cry because I want to actually show the aircraft off and enjoy it and use it. 26 left. What's the go around? Okay, we'll just fly to Dallas. No, not the place. Yeah, so all I'm going to do then is just pop in Dallas. We'll pop that. Oh, can I put that just here now? Has that been fixed? Ah, no. Okay, that still breaks. That still breaks it. All right. Just copy the active again, and we'll pop it in here. We'll fly to Dallas and hold. Inbound course is 132 left turns. There we are. Right, cool. That's all set up. I'm happy to leave that as it is. All right, let's get the APU started then. Should have pushed back 11 minutes ago. Never mind. Digital Giraffe, great name. This doesn't look like EasyJet. Nope. We wanted to fly the new engines and EasyJet don't have them. Christian says, not sure if the US get intersection information from somewhere else or they just do full length flights. They probably do intersections, but I've got no idea where they get that information from. Right, let's wait for our APU to sort itself out. Once we get airborne, if anyone has got any questions, then we've got plenty of time to go through that. So let's just quickly sort of brief what we're going to do, not as thoroughly as we would do when doing an EasyJet real ops brief, but we know where we're going to taxi, what we're going to do after we have departed, so always slightly different, isn't it? In America, we are going to climb out and then we'll turn to a heading of 300 to fly to Pass, and yeah, speed restriction 250, that's fine. No terrain around, so it's pretty straightforward. Biggest threats and aero management. Biggest threat is lack of knowledge of this airport and where we're going. It's easy to get lost, so let's be careful with where we're going and what we're doing, etc. We're at a strange airport, strange environment, and our initial climb's 10,000 feet. I think that covers most things. The other little threat then is brand new engines in terms of the aircraft and how we're doing it. So when we're on the runway, we will set 1.05 EPR pressure, wait till they're stabilized, and then we'll set takeoff thrust. Okay, how are we doing? Yep, that's fine. So let's get those on. That can come off. APU bleed and come on, and we've also got the seatbelt signs on. Lovely. Okay, let's do the cockpit prep checklist. So aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity, yeah, 8 tons has been loaded in. That's balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. It is checked, got 3.5 green, and QNH is 2993 1020 feet. Right, so let's get on to Unicom, just in case anyone's around Atlanta today. Oh, let's turn these off as well. Final check, there's no air traffic control around. No, there isn't, so that's fine. Is everybody loaded? I've not got a final load sheet through just yet, so let's see how we're doing with that. Currently 5 minutes late. Oh yeah, everyone according to this is loaded. If we have a look at that. Planned 112, boarded 112. Oh, we've not got the cargo on board yet. Are they still loading it? Oh, they are. They're still loading it. Oh, how realistic. Using the conveyor belt loaders though, so that's nice. All right. Well, while we'll sit here and just wait for this, if anyone does have any questions, then I'll be able to catch up with the chat. Tuareg says it's just on a flight in version 2. How was it? Did you enjoy it? Matty, am I using frame generation? No, I'm not. No. Alec, can you get a list of the airlines which use which engines? Probably on Google, perhaps. Off the top of my head, you've got IAE engines for Wizz Air, JetBlue, of course, British Airways, Air New Zealand, I think, Air China as well. Yeah, but I think Google's going to be a friend there. Tom, have I got a payware version FSU IPC? I do not. No. Olivero, do you know how the cabin announcements are triggered in the Fenix A320? Some of them. And funnily enough, Olivero, this was something I was going to touch upon. Okay, so the trigger for arming all of the doors, all of the slides and the doors, etc., is when you turn on the beacon light, which is a bit of a pain if you're using the checklist that I use, because the before start checklist is to make sure the beacon lights, the doors are closed and armed, and then you need to make sure the beacon lights are on. Sorry, it's not the beacon lights, it's the pushback. When the aircraft starts to push back, that in the Fenix aircraft is when the cabin crew arm the doors. However, they need to be armed on my checklist prior to that, so we're just going to fudge that a little bit. Chima says, to be fair, this is realistic. As a ground crew agent, you tend to have a little time and often wait for 1 to 2 suitcases from transfers, but everyone is boarded. We tend to close it up ASAP. This guy just needs to work faster. Is this how fast you work, Chumi? Yeah, or do you know, I mean, putting 1 suitcase on at a time and waiting for it to go up, surely you can do it better than that. Jay says, you have a serious problem with your PC. It's got a 3060 Ti, can't go further than 20 FPS. What can you do? I suggest that's something that you pop onto my Discord server. I'm not going to be able to help you with that. I'm nowhere near clever enough to know stuff like that. Tuareg, EasyJet don't have IAE set up in the livery downloads. No, they don't, because EasyJet don't have IAE engines. That would be why. Has the EFB in the Fenix won't connect your SimReef username? Do you know why? I'm afraid I don't. Remember now, you set that in the app rather than the EFB. Now I think. Obi, have you missed very much? Nah. Easy. How are the FPS? They're all right. I don't think there's anything wrong with what we've got at the moment. Zane says new version 2 is stuttery. I'd love to hear what you guys think in terms of performance of this new update. Has a which app? The Fenix app. So the Fenix app, which will be in your systems tray, it has to be running for the Fenix to work. That's where you pop your SimBrief in. Hey HD, good to see you, mate. EasyJet used to have IAE321s. Did they? Who did they sell them to? That's where you can see we're in JetBlue now. We are, yes, we're JetBlue. All that does look a bit misleading, doesn't it? The fact we've got an orange fin at the end of the wing. This is actually quite realistic because can you see that as you look on, obviously we've just seen behind the tablet stuff getting loaded in. We can see that the cargo has gone up, but it's not finished yet. Oh, Christian, is it the other way around? Is the sim brief username in the EFB options? Where's that then? Is it in settings? Oh yeah, there it is. If anyone ever wants to fly my flights, that's my sim brief username. I'm not going to bother trying to hide that. Yeah, oh, there it is. That's where you put it in and sort it out. And there we go. Aircraft is loaded. Oh, did you guys hear that? I just heard the cabin crew saying aircraft's loaded. Ground crew, do one. Okay, let's get going. Let's oh, disconnect that. Yeah, done that. Okay, and we're ready to go. So this is where normally I'd use JSX, call the ground crew, and we'd run the before start checklist. We would contact ATC. They're not about, so we'll just make a Unicom call. Atlanta traffic, JetBlue 720, stand Tango 16, pushing back facing to the north. And with that then, we're going to put beacon light on.
Atlanta traffic, is that Gavin?
Well spotted.
Wow. Are you flying EasyJet?
Not this side of the Atlantic.
Okay, good man. Yeah, this is Captain London. Nice to hear your voice.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Right, there we go. GSX doing its thing just with the trigger of the beacon light. So now we're on the before start checklist. So parking brake is on. Takeoff data has all been confirmed. Windows are closed. EFP is on flight mode, etc. Now the doors are closed and armed. They're not. The doors are closed, but they're not armed, and they won't be armed until the cabin crew do that when we actually start pushing back, unfortunately, but the beacon light is on. So yeah, just a little bit of a inconsistency there with SOPs, but I think the Fenix team are aware of that, and they're just going to give the option for that in a bit to be able to sort that out. Was Fenix released third-party support as well for the Mini? No, not yet. You can still use the MiniFCU with it. I'm using it tonight. Company message. Oh yeah, final load sheet. That should have come through.
Locking gear.
Takeoff weight 624. Yeah, that's fine. And what's our takeoff CFG? 30.5. Oh, we're all within limits. Lovely. Nose steering is disconnected. And we're going to push back facing to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Delta 3722 taxiing into runway 26 left via Foxtrot, Golf Echo.
Release parking brakes, please.
I will just make that call again now, I think. And Atlanta traffic, JetBlue 720, stand Tango 16, push back now, facing north on the west apron. Okay, parking brakes are released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Nose wheel is disconnected. Start timer, paranoia check. Yeah, APU bleed is on. We'll get a pack on as well. And start engine 1. I've still got the flight deck door open, by the way, so not been very realistic, but we want to see if we can hear some announcements. Zemex, how's the McDo work? So you need to basically have the EFB working on an external device. I think I can hear the... Hang on. Not realistic as the cabin escapes from the flight deck.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen,
There we go.
life jackets, and the brace position,
Right,
which you must adopt if you hear brace.
run back to the flight deck quickly. Okay, Let's turn that off. Close the door. And lock it.
Please set parking brakes.
And parking brakes set. Now, this is definitely long enough for a single engine taxi, but let's get both engines started so we're not having to delay stuff. So, starting engine 2. Obi, can you turn the cockpit using... Turn cockpit announcement volume up. So yeah, that should be down here, shouldn't it?
Unlocking gear.
So I have turned those on so we can hopefully hear them. VHF2 actually should be on as well, monitoring the guard frequency.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
If we press that, then we'll be able to make a PA. Surely lots of you have, I don't know if that actually works in the back, but surely loads of you will have heard ATC outtakes on YouTube when a pilot has not done that, made a PA and broadcast it over the ATC frequency. Right, let you get out of the way. That's fine. Engine number 2 is stable. And why have we got a pack 1 fault? Oh, got worried for a moment there. That come off. That come off. Anti-ice. Don't think we need that, do we? No. 23 degrees. Didn't realise it was that warm around here this time in February. Set the trim. Okay. And the after-start checklist. So anti-ice is off, ECAM status is checked. Is that my left side stick? I have faffed around with my null zones while I've been setting this up and it's still not playing ball, so just disregard that ECAM memo, it's false. And pack 2 obviously we've got turned off. Pitch trim 30.5, rudder is neutral. And let's go then. Atlanta traffic, JetBlue 720 taxiing now via the West taxiway and Echo full length departure, runway 26 left. This is going to be a long taxi. And the aircraft, in fact, because we are so light, is just rolling under its own power at the minute. Hey Chris Shaw, good to see you. But anyone who's following this already will definitely notice it's a lot nicer to taxi now. Hazard, you don't calibrate your throttle in the EFB. It is done by stupid tug driver. It's done in the McDo. Done in the box. Daniel, taxi runway 26 left fire Echo. Thank you, Daniel. Sounds very very official. Is that the actual altimeter? Is it dropped? 2991.
Atlanta traffic, Delta 3722, lining up runway 26 left for departure to the north.
But yeah, this is much more stable taxiing. Always felt like sometimes the nose wheel of the aircraft was a bit like, you know, when you go shopping at the supermarket and one of the trolley has a dodgy wheel. It was a bit like that. It's now now locked in place nicely. Okay, so just sort of a little brief to myself, given what we're where we're flying and what we're doing. So we're straight out, first turn to the right, 300 degrees, direct MPAS, no speed restrictions. We've got no change to our performance. One thing to remember for me, it's a flaps 3 departure. Remember, flaps 3 departure, we don't touch that until we're past the reduction acceleration value, which is the same tonight. And we don't do flaps 2, you jump straight from 3 to 1. Engine out procedure, there's no terrain around us, so I'm going to presume it's just standard, straight out, and then it's a right turn to our holding point. We'll hold 3,500 feet. That's in the secondary flight plan. There we go. That's the noise I was waiting for. So now we...
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Okay, and... I've forgotten how to do this. Is it intercom? All right, thank you. No, that's not the intercom, is it? Is it this one? Oh god, I can't remember how to get rid of that. And tell her, alright, I'm done, thank you. I don't want to respond to her on VHF1. And I'm taxiing, spending too much time looking down and taxiing off the taxiway. This is why the PM should answer the cabin crew. It's starting to rain now as well, which is rubbish because we went with dry figures.
Delta 3722 clear of runway.
I'm just recalculating our takeoff performance. 135, 135, 136. Let me just update those then. Doing this on the fly whilst taxiing. I'll just slow the aircraft down. Flex is 53, so that hasn't changed. Right, we need a full length departure. Taxi checklist. We haven't done the flight control checks either. Let's just slow our aircraft down, we'll do those. So I've got full left, full right, neutral, and go full up. Full down, neutral, and then rudder. I've got full right, full left, neutral. Okay, taxi checklist. Flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 3. FMA, climb now blue, 1FD2, 10,000 blue, radar and predictive wind shear is on. ECAM memo. We've got takeoff no blue, EFB is stowed. Just revise the figures because we've got wet figures to contend with now. Right, I've not heard anyone on Unicom. Approach path looks clearish. Let's get our lights on then. Oh, they were already on to begin with, that's fine. There we go. Don't know if the click spots have changed actually, I've not noticed that. Fenix have fixed the pedal disconnect button, yeah. So we'll just see if that actually works. Hang on, let me just put the parking brake on for a second. So if I now press that, move these, so we can see the rudder moving. But now, if we start to roll forward, press that, and I try and steer my aircraft. Oh, it is still steering. Atlanta traffic, JetBlue 720 is lining up. Full length, runway 26 left. Randall, it might be that click spot. Have to have a look at that at some point. Maybe when we land in JFK. Well, this weather's rubbish. Okay, lineup, checklist, cabin is secured. Takeoff runway full length 26 left. TCAS, TA, RA, and PAX 1 and 2 are off. Alright, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to turn the volume up. Listen to these engines. Take off. Engines stable, set takeoff thrust, man flag systems. Runway. B1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Autopilot 1 engaged. First climb, flaps 1. Oh, that sounded good. So, past airspeed, flap 0. Spoilers disarmed. And don't know if we would. Oh, too busy listening to the engines. Forgot about those. HG says you should have continuous ignition on when flying. What? All the time with IAEs? Really? Not just in wet weather? Ah, now look, my displays are stuttering. I can't remember what displays I've got set. I don't know if I've got the what was the wizard displays on. I might not have got them. Might not have got them turned on, which is why that was stuttering a little bit there. You may have noticed. Alright, so coming up on 10,000 feet, we'll get the lights off. Be interesting to see how high this cloud layer goes. Speed out start. We've obviously got no air traffic control around, so we'll just continue to climb for the moment. Set flight level 250, set standard pressure there, 250 blue. Got thrust climb, open climb. Above 10,000 feet, maybe just get out the clouds and then the seatbelt signs can come off. Alright, so you should have the ignition shown on here just when flaps 1, 2, 3 are full. Is Matthew saying the same thing as well. Yeah, that might just be something that's being missed then. Something to be updated. Unless it's not something that's just for a specific range of MSNs, is it? Red Star, the window heat is always on when the engines are running. Yeah, so the only time you'll need to use the window heat and the pitot heat is when you're on the ground and the engines are not running. Okay, let's just do what we'd normally do at this point then. So we didn't pop anything RadNav page, that's fine. We'll just zero the cost index. Flight level 350 is planned, that's going to be okay. So we'll set 350, let me confirm that 350 blue. That's all fine. And secondary flight plan, copy the active. Where we are. Matthew, you've got 28-year-old 319s and the brand new 321s with IAEs. They still have the ignition with flat slats. Fair enough. Yeah. This looks like we're just starting to come through that cloud layer now. Just at the top of that. I've now got another light that I can bug HD with. Look. I can't remember if I ever tried that in the other aircraft. I don't know if that's new or not, but I don't know. Oh, it looks nice. Turn the seatbelt signs off. Right, how long till we're there? Around 10:30. UK time, that is, of course. Actually, that says UTC 2043. That's... Oh, that's UTC, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry. For some reason, I'm thinking, why isn't that showing USA time? Of course it's not. Good on, thank you for subscribing, and Santi as well, thank you so much. We're slowly on the way to 40k as well, so appreciate that. If you're enjoying this first live look at the Fenix version 2 Block 2, please do hit that like button. And Conan, is the crash to terrain issue on final fixed with this update? Crash to terrain? I've not had that before. Unless you're talking about the icing issue, to which I don't actually know if the icing issue has been fixed with this. My anti-ice is, my icing is still turned off. Oh, a rainbow over there. Whitson Williams says controllers will need to get online. Well, yeah, so I would imagine, I've not looked, but I would imagine that, should we have a look? What's happening in the UK, London Heathrow right now with British Airways flights? I bet it's an absolute mess. That's Gatwick. Oh man. Yeah, so there's British Airways. There's let's have 94 departures and 97 arrivals. This is why I didn't want to fly in the UK tonight. Captain Doggo, thank you for subscribing. Data link clearances are available. Yeah, I'll bet they are. That is very, very busy. Look at all these British Airways flights. So, let's just have a look. Oh, flipping heck. Not often you see Oceanic on when there's not much going on. So we've got some New York traffic. New York ATC is knocking about. How's JFK looking? I bet this is full of JetBlue flights, isn't it? Yes, of course it is. Not quite as many as British Airways, but that'll be quite nice for us, I think. Daniel, which map is that? That is on my iPad. That is VATScope, which is quite useful. Organ, do previous liveries work with the CFMs? No, they don't. No, no, no. So, any liveries you did have, you need to just bin them off. But to be fair, what the Fenix guys have done is they have got some absolutely brilliant livery designers to come in and create liveries for these. So, they really are. They really are top notch. Tony, now GSX integration, do you still need Fenix to GSX? No, I removed that this morning because, yeah, like you say, don't need it anymore. Just listening to the hum of those engines, it's hypnotic. Hazard, the CFG is found on your load sheet. Very nice. So we have turned up the cabin and the intercom, so hopefully we will hear anything. Should they decide to use it, although we would have to. Yeah, I don't know if we'll hear it or not. I know you can hear them obviously if you're in the cabin, but we're not going to spend much time in the cabin, are we? Can't play with these, sadly. Okay, so top of climbing about 45 miles or so. We'll get some en route weathers now that this works. They fixed that issue where you couldn't get the en route weather, so that's nice. Oh, one thing that you can do as well now flying in the USA. I forgot I was pre-assigned a squawk code. I better set that 7170. There we are. Quincy, right click the knob next to the PA button. Yeah, that is sort of spring loaded though, so I can't keep that one illuminated. Oh, sorry, did you say to the left of it? See if we hear anything. Ah, I didn't actually realise you could pull that. That's my bad. That's my bad. I didn't actually realise you could pull this one. Oh, there we go. They've got all this working now, haven't they? This is brilliant. So now we can hear the PAs, the intercom, cabin. Sit back and have a listen. See if they work now. See if they offer any service to the passengers. Hey, Crisis, good to see you. Conan, is there a simulation of any more faults now? I don't think there's any more faults. And the failures, they're now in the EFB though, they're not in the box. Matthew, you always listen to it to make sure you're not interrupting the credit card sales pitch, PA, before you say goodbye to everyone. Oh yeah, you don't want to interrupt somebody trying to upsell stuff. Organ Aviators, can I summarize version 2 in 3 words? Nope. HC says, look up EPR mode fault. Have they got that in? Hang on then. This isn't going to be like when you asked me to do a fuel transfer years ago, is it? A fuel imbalance. I remember that not going down very well. Let's have a look. It's not there. That's a shame. Not. Right. So where are we? Alright, we're nearly at the top of climb. Sit back, chill, enjoy our beautiful new aircraft. HT, what's in engines? Let's have a quick look. It'll be a power plant, won't it? FedEx, EIU, engine surge, engine failure, bird strike, engine failure with damage, reverse pressurized, reverse unlocked, engine vibrations, oil leak, reverse shut off valve. Nothing that we want to do today. They have got the overhead correct though, because you've got the N1 mode push buttons. Don't know if they work. There's Macalt Cruise. We'll set our cost index back to 21. $22.70 is the planned flight arrival time, UTC of course, and let's now check SD pages. Have they done this? Oh, they have! Oh, that's neat. Right, okay. They've updated the SD pages. We can just cycle through them using the all button. They used to jump back, which they used to jump back to the cruise page. So that's now that's been done. 9 Foxtrot. Promise you HD is real. He's very real. He's not like Otto in Airplane. Thank God. Okay, everything's looking good there. No lights on the overhead. We're good. So we can now send off, of course, and just prove that this works as well. If we go to our weather page, do a weather request for, where was the alternate? Was it K Phil? We'll send that off if I actually spell it right. Send that off. That should come in shortly. Oh, Klaus, I wouldn't even know if a 737 was working correctly or not. There we go. Philadelphia, what's the weather doing there? 21014, gusting 21, visibility is fine. Yeah. Either way, it's wide open. Something I could never get to grips with when flying in the USA was, what's all this rubbish? What are the remarks? AO2, SLP 25, and God knows what this is. It's like a barcode. So yeah, I always found there are a lot of letters and numbers at the ends of METARs in the USA. I have no idea what they mean. Angus. Yeah. What's all this rubbish? I don't care about that stuff. If it's important, write it in plain English. So yeah, New York Center is online. Hopefully they'll remain online as we enter their airspace shortly. Captain Shaquille, so AO2 means that the station's automated and has a precipitation discriminator? Okay, so Matthew also saying, yeah, basically it can it can tell the different types of precipitation apart. That's fine. SLP is sea level pressure, and the T is an accurate temperature and dew point down to the 10th of a degree. Why would you need to know that? Sea level pressure could potentially be useful. But the dew point down to the 10th of a degree? Someone's going to hopefully come in the chat now and say, well, actually, this is what we'd use it for. It can't be a deal breaker, otherwise they'd use it all over the world. But the Americans go in that extra mile. That extra decimal place. For anybody that's lost your wing views for the Phoenix, your custom views, yeah, thankfully I basically saved mine before I updated, because you are right, when you reinstall the Phoenix, it will kick the old views out, so you have to put them back in. Canadian pilot, what are the biggest differences in the Phoenix? Well, obviously one of them's got new engines. The engine model is much more realistic. In fact, that's a good point. We've not done a fuel check. Taxiing is a lot easier. The ACAR systems for weather, that works. Right, where are we? Coming up to Darrell. I found the screen's a little... I don't know, maybe it's because it's bright. Does that help? No. Well, maybe a little bit. Matthew, 10, 11 could mean 11. Oh, alright, so you're looking for... you're just looking for when the dew point is basically getting close to the temperature. If they're actually really close together, then alright. Presumably, though, you'd also get in the you'd also get in the meta that there would actually be an issue with visibility and fog, mist coming in. But anyway. Wasp, that's a good way of describing it. The screens do seem a little bit milkier than the previous version. But at least the windows are clean. That's another big thing. The windows are clean. Captain Airborne, how'd you turn off the blue lights in the cockpit? Oh, I know what you mean. So that's in the assistance settings. That's an assistance option in the settings of the flight sim. Oh, we've just got a message come through. What's that? They're still yelling at us for being late. That's not changed. HT, the screens are usually covered in dust, yogurt, and someone else's sneeze. Psychotech of the day, any IAGs in EasyJet? No. Well, not anymore. They were just talking about that a little bit earlier. Apparently, they used to have them in the IAEs on the 321s. Right, fuel check. Where are we? We are at Darrell now, which is here. So we should be on the ground about an hour and 10 minutes, shouldn't we? Let's have a quick look. Someone was asking earlier as well. VATScope is the name of the app that I'm using for checking out VATSIM traffic. Fuel check. So we took 1.3 tons of fuel extra, 1.3 plus contingency, so we've got about 1.5 tons of fuel extra. And at Darrell, find Darrell, where are you? So we should have about 6 tons of fuel. Look at that engine modelling. Doesn't get much better than that. Well, this cabin crew are rubbish. They're not selling anything. These poor passengers just sat back here, just waiting to be served. HD, is there a sim brief profile now? Yes, there is. It's yeah, it's really good. Because if you hang on a sec. If you go to create a flight plan, Yeah, if you create a new flight where you would set where you would select your aircraft, you can now actually select the A320, and then from the A320 list there is the IAE, Fenix IAE and the Fenix CFM, so they're all there, they're perfectly set up for you. Angus, does this mean no self-loading cargo? I'm undecided yet, Angus. Undecided. I mean, self-loading cargo does do a lot more, so I can see people using it. I mean, the only thing I used it for was for the cabin crew announcements, just because I liked it. But if we are going to get them from the Fenix, and they're also customizable as well, so that's going to be well worth looking at. See what this approach looks like into JFK's. Yeah, that's fair enough. We are meant to be getting vectors in. Are they using runway 22? 22 left? In real life at the minute? No idea. Oh, how nice it would be though to get the weather radar on there. It's just one of the things that's missing now, isn't it? Albeit VATScope is only available on Apple devices. Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned that. That is true. Clever says we've got Charlotte on the left. I hope not, she should be in bed. one of my daughters. It's obscured by cloud cover. Randall confirming that. Approaching you, ILS. 22 left, 22 right. It's fine. Clever says, talking of daughters, you've just endured a 30-minute meltdown over homework. What did you miss? How old's your daughter? What? Or is it your homework? Have you just had the meltdown? Matthias, has the IAE got better performance than CFM? Oh, now, there's a question to pitch to Matthew if he's still NHD. Both get you to where you need to go. $12 going on 17, Clever. Not good. Someone's asked, are the cabin announcements specific to each airline? They can be. I don't know if they are by default. So the file structure for that, we'll probably do a tutorial video on it at some point. But there is a file structure almost similar to that of self-loading cargo in the way that works. So that's probably going to take me a while to set back up again. You don't have to have the cabin announcements on, of course. You can turn them off on the EFB. Hoping we get time for a flight tomorrow as well, another live stream. Where would you like me to take the new Phoenix tomorrow? I'll open that to the chat now, and then I can start thinking about it and potentially planning it. Terry says he heard from an EasyJet captain on a new delivery flight that Airbus has done a bog-off deal with EasyJet. That buy one, get one free. Well, I'll tell you what. Can they do that deal with anybody? Can I buy one, get one free? I mean, I wouldn't be able to afford one. I'd have to sell a lot of organs. But then at least I could buy them back again when I sold the second aircraft that I got for free. Oh, that was many years ago. Ah, damn. They might just be completing the order now then. XX wants us to fly to Oslo tomorrow. There's a new Oslo coming out, isn't there? I've seen Aerosoft have teased that. That will mean, if Oslo comes out, there is an amazing freeware Oslo. Probably one of the best freeware airports available. Easily rivaling the freeware Gatwick. In fact, some would say it's even better. There is Orbex. Have Orbex got a... Orbex have also got one, haven't they? And Oslo, and now, yeah, and now Aerosoft. And yet I am still waiting for Dubrovnik. Why is no one creating Dubrovnik? If there are any scenery developers in the chat right now, then honestly, develop Dubrovnik and you will sell thousands. Because there isn't a Dubrovnik out. Not one worth having anyway. Chewy says, let's go back to Manchester. The GPWS call-outs now sound much more realistic. Chewy, I'm kind of the opinion that if I'm hearing a GPWS call-out, I'm doing doing something wrong. Particularly if I'm in Manchester. What am I going to crash into at Manchester? If I'm flying into the Pennine Hills, then I've really lost situational awareness. Clever, someone needs to make a Luton. UK 2000 have done Luton. It's not bad. Team S1, you'd buy Dubrovnik? Yeah, absolutely. Or Clever, someone needs to make it complete with a car park fire. There is a very good freeware Cardiff, Clever. There is a very, very good one. Pack Andrew, Heathrow to Liverpool. Who flies that route? Is that a British Airways route? Team, it's a beautiful airport and approach. It is! It is! I love Dubrovnik, but I never fly to it because there's no decent scenery for it. Clever, yeah, on flightsim.to, that is right. Sarkitect, there is scenery for Dubrovnik, MXI design. Yeah, I looked at it. It's not very good. I'm very, very surprised Orbex haven't done one because Orbex had a very good Dubrovnik for FSX. Delta Tango, how did I get my pre-departure squawk code? It literally comes through on vPilot, auto ATC look. So, there it is. When you log in the USA. Elliot's training, is there a wingtip option? No, not yet. I think that's going to come after. I think that's coming after they've done the 319 and 321. Wasp, did anyone notice that Phoenix have put on the bottom ribbons the loading tips at the start? IAE stands for I'm an engine. I've not seen that, no. Joshua, you're still getting an error from the update. What error would that be? Oh, I wish there weren't as many clouds. I love looking at the American landscape beneath us. Definitely cup of tea time. Neil, any idea when the new aircraft will drop? What, the A319s and A321s? No, sadly not. Angus Watch prompts GSX to start. I can't do it now, but on the EFB, hang on. On the EFB, the Fenix page, the mass and balance, when you press the load button, it'll give you the option to load it instantly, load it quickly, load it in real time, or use GSX. Obviously, selecting GSX is what gets that to work. But I think, and this is actually quite important, I believe, you must have updated GSX. So I didn't do that this morning, it wasn't working. I updated GSX and it was fine. So you must update GSX and run that FSDT live updater or whatever it is they call it. Team Simple says, very excited for the A319 EasyJet short flights. You see, what is going to be good with that, and I was discussing this with HD a while back, when they do bring the A319s out, that's going to be good for doing long flights to places with absolute, I was going to say a naughty word then, rubbish weather. But you're really heavy, you fall, you can't get any more fuel on, and then your brain needs to start working. Autism Violet says, Heathrow to Oslo would be nice. I do quite fancy a British Airways flight, I've got to be honest. Again, with IAE engines. Miguel, is the MiniFCU working seamlessly straight out of the box? Yes, it is, but you will still need all the Fenix Quartz stuff if you want the digits, if you want the displays to work. Brendan, what do I think of the aircraft so far? I like it. I like it. I've got nothing bad to say about it, really. Just wish we got some ATC, but we'll be... Oh, I think New York Control's gone offline. Oh, that's a shame. I would have thought they'd have been on. What have we got? Oh, JFK Approach is online, I think. Oh no, it's not. It's ATIS. ATIS and ground controller. Oh well. Vectors into the runway are going to be nice and straightforward then. RC Planes, Hanover. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Natalia, do you use the wizard option in the Fenix app settings for performance? I can't remember what mine's set to at the moment, but in fact I think it might be turned off. I need to turn it back on because there was a little bit of lagging on the screens a little bit earlier on, yes. Sean, you've had trouble syncing your thrustmaster with the Fenix, so you're hoping version 2 will help that. What's the issue there, Sean? Obviously, you have to calibrate it here in the box. Go to, what is it, config, controls, and then you calibrate it now. Obviously, I'm not going to do it. I set my null zone to 0.5. That seems to sort any issues out with sort of overlapping and thing. And remember, of course, you'll also need to calibrate your flaps as well. As for my side stick null zone issue that I keep getting, I've still got it now. Look, left side stick. What are you guys popping here in your max side stick null zone? Just got to try and think of a way to prevent that from occurring. I keep getting my master caution light. Team, am I still using the physical McDo? I have been doing. I'm not today though, because I wanted to test out the virtual McDo on my tablet, which I'm liking, but it is lagging for me quite a bit. But I have been told by some other people in the chat that it's not lagging for them, so it's probably me who's just using a very old tablet. So yeah, it's my fault. It's always my fault. Hazard, where do you set flaps in the McDo? Same place you calibrate your thrust levers. Go to config, controls, config. And then once you've set your thrust levers, use the left and right arrows to scroll through side stick and rudder, which really shouldn't need to touch that. And then set your flaps. And that's it. Martin Carla, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Arrow, have I got any ideas what I'm going to set my wallpaper to? Oh, that's already done. Yeah, have a look. There we go. Which, funnily enough, is my desktop wallpaper as well. It's a picture from Microsoft Flight Simulator. I just really love that picture. Obviously, this quality is degraded compared to the actual photo. But I think that looks stunning. Can anyone tell me where that is? Just from that, I'd be interested to see if anyone can guess where that is. I know exactly where it is. And it was real weather as well as we were coming in. It looked absolutely spectacular. Microsoft Flight Simulator did not disappoint that day. Ace, hey, good evening, my friend. How are you doing? Can you ask where to find the Navigraph charts? The distances on landing, different taxiways to choose from for the right to choose the right brake setting. Oh, I don't know about that. Intersection data is usually on the charts, the minimum chart, but as for the distances to intersections, I'm not sure. It's probably on the same chart if it is there. It's available. I updated the textures as well in my Rex AccuSeasons. Slowly things are starting to warm up. I see no one had a guess at where that photo was taken. Well, it's not as cloudy over this side. Someone's nicked all the safety cards out of this this aircraft. The EasyJet ones are there. Teams, you want to see that photo again? Yeah, hang on. There it is. If anyone wants to have a guess where that was. Autopilot says the UK is very chaotic right now. Yeah, why do you think we're sat here chilling on the east coast of the USA? That is exactly why we are there. We are here and not there. Sean asks if it is Tenerife. No, it's not. Brendan, is it Bristol? No. Team 1, how many runways does it have? Okay, I'll give you that. It's got one runway. There's only one runway there. Talvin, Geneva. Nope, it's not Geneva. Probably be a bit more terrain around Geneva, wouldn't there? Vega? No, I don't like Vega. Ever since I crashed there. CJ670 says the sim's so laggy with version 2. Have you restarted the PC after installing it? Just out of interest. Brendan, is it Leeds? No. Aero tells us if we're hot or cold. Oh, it's usually cold. It's usually cold. Team Simple is not Luton either. Degraded, you can't change the background on your EFB. Can you show you how to do it? You have to do it on an external device. You can't do it on this tablet. You have to do it on an external tablet and then select a picture from your gallery. And I think you find that under settings. Yeah, there you go. You can change the background image from an external device. It's not Copenhagen. It's not Edinburgh. It's not Inverness. It's not the Canary Islands. There's not much to go on, is there, to be fair, in the picture, so I maybe just be being a little bit cruel there. CJ, should you... Yeah, definitely restart your PC. Definitely restart it. And before you installed it, did you get rid of any old config files and things like that? How did you uninstall the previous one? Is it run via me? No, it is not. Brendan, okay, I will give you a little bit of a hint. It is in the UK. It is in the UK. Right, let's start just looking through a couple of things for the arrival then. So just gonna have a look, see what we've got in terms of our approach. It's not Belfast, it's not East Midlands, it's not Southampton, it's not Bristol, and it's not Newcastle. So I want some ATIS information, actually. Let's get some weather information. We'll send that off, we'll get that down here. We'll do it the proper way. Is it Jersey? Nope. Is it Southend? Nope. Is it Stansted? Nope. Is it Durham Tees Valley? Durham Tees Valley? No, it's not that. Ah, finally! Ace Airstream has got it. It's Glasgow. Hey, Scott Goodall. CJ670, the way you installed it was via the Fenix app. Yeah, I mean, there shouldn't be anything wrong with that at all. But if you want to do a full clean installation, then use the Windows uninstaller. Uninstall the Fenix app. Delete anything left over in your community folder and your sim objects aircraft Fenix folder. Then download it from the Fenix website. Install it, and fingers crossed, you should be good. Right, JFK. What's happening? We have got winds 19018, gusting 26. Okay, so some light gusts from the left as we're coming in. Visibility is 5 miles, light rain. Mist, few clouds 400 feet. Oh, this is getting interesting. So it's definitely going to be cloudy on the way down. Peak wind was at 1900 hours, 28. In fact, I have absolutely no idea what that means. I'm presuming that means peak wind, and then it's giving us what those winds were. It was a while ago, if that's the case. So we'll fill that out in a moment. AutoSim Pilot, to install it, should you delete the old one and install the new one? You don't. You shouldn't have to, but I did. Right, I just need to scribble down these wind conditions, otherwise I'm going to forget them when I want to put them in. 190 at 18. Rain. A few clouds, 400 feet. That's what's going to make this approach quite interesting. Altimeter is 2959. And temperature is 9 degrees. Dew point also 9 degrees, so potentially a threat for us just there. Hey Blue Dev, welcome to First Officer channel membership. Thank you so much, Blue, for supporting us, continuing to support us. I appreciate that. Right, runway visual range is fine. Minimum's 212. Airfield elevation's 12. ILS approach is India, India, Whiskey Yankee. Platform altitude is 1800 feet. What's the MSA around JFK as we're coming in? 2,000 feet. That's fine. Got a JFK VOR as well. Always handy. And Montreal Safe, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate that over on Twitch. PSV, can you get the meta again from the McDo? Yes, you can. Yeah, it's all working nicely now. Right. Do JFK say anything about LVPs? I'm presuming it's still Cat 1 stuff, this, because the ceiling's 400 feet. Airport data, airport data, airport data, standard minimums, yeah. No, they don't actually say anything about LVPs, they probably just announce it on the 80s if they're using them. Let's have a look at the airport itself then, because we're going to taxi to the JetBlue ramp, which after we've landed here, I'll look to vacate, usually on hotel, and then taxi via Alpha to the ramp. JetBlue park here at Terminal 5, don't they? Actually, ground control's online, so yeah, they'll tell us where to go. Just check the go around then. So go around is 500 feet with a left, then a left turn 3000 to Chant intersection, 19 miles from the JFK, and hold. That's fine. So basically the main thing to remember there is sort of an immediate left turn. Okay. Let's That's fine. No speed restrictions either on that. Alright, so the box is set up with flight plan, that's okay. RadNav page, we'll get JFK hard tuned in there. Let me just check that go-round's in actually. Yeah, it is, there's Chant, there's the hold at Chant. Lovely. Okay, JFK to left. Let's fill in the weather information as well. So QNH was 2959. Temperature was 9. Wind 190.18 with some gusts. Transition altitude, of course, 18,000. Config 3, yes please. And minimums 212. Second flight plan, copy active. All right, we'll do the fuel. Get the fuel prediction page up. What our landing weight is going to be: 4, 5, 6, 7, 58, about 58.5 tons. So work on 59 tons. Shadow, thank you so much for a really kind €20 super chat saying, should fly to Madeira once, would enjoy watching you do this landing and going around a few times. Well, Shadow, we have done it a few times, and to be honest, I did think about doing a flight in this new Fenix tonight, actually, going to Madeira, but then I thought, well, actually, that's probably the kind of place you'd want to see during the daylight. So Shadow, I promise you, a Madeira stream will be coming up, because I do like flying to Madeira. It's definitely good fun. So watch this space, Chateau. But thank you once again for supporting us. That's very kind. Thank you so much. I'll definitely fly to Madeira for you. And PSV, thank you for joining the Sim Pilots channel memberships. Welcome to our first officer, PSV. Good to see you. Right, so we've got top of descent about 130 miles away. And we're just going through the box. In fact, the box is all set up now. So let's do our landing calculations then, shall we? So arrival performance. We are on 2 to left. We set it to medium port, refresh the METAR, apply that METAR. Landing weight, we're working on 59. Oh, yeah, 59 tons. Flaps 3. Landing distance available is 2560. Landing distance required is 2450. That's fine. Because we do this just to... Oh, hang on, you can't see. There we go. We do this just to check that whether we can land with idle reverse, and we can, because the landing distance available is more than the landing distance required. And then for the actual realistic calculation that we are going to be doing, we'll set it not to dry because it's raining. Let's check that, set it to good, and there you can see everything's happy. So flaps 3 is going to be fine for us today. Hazza, I suggest if you can get on our Discord server, then you can send some images and things. People will definitely be able to help you then. Felicity Rice just on a first flight, and it's a brilliant plane. Excellent, that's what we want to hear. Right, we did see on the ground back in Atalanta some weather. Probably, well, about now actually, and some isolated CBs, so let's keep a lookout for those. Are we in icing conditions? No, it's too cold, so that's fine. Doug Sim, thank you for the resub for 4 months. I really appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. Robin Wood, good morning from Australia. Husband's a pilot for Qantas. So you're about to start using Microsoft Flight Simulator for the first time. God help you. Well, it sounds like you've got a willing partner to be able to help you there, Robin. So I think you're going to be absolutely fine. Darius, you just finished 2 flights. Pitch and power values for the CFMs are pretty much spot on. Also like the way the flare feels now. Well, Darius, that's it. There's most of the reason for sort of the delays of this aircraft getting pushed back and back and back was because of the amount of time being spent on those little things, in particular the engine model. Now that's about there. Hopefully future aircraft won't take quite so long before they're available. Of course, no time scales just yet, as ever. And to be fair to the Phoenix team and the beta testers, my God, they need a break. They really do. You know, now this has been out. I don't think I'm sort of breaking any NDAs when I say that the devs were literally pushing new builds. Sometimes you get 3 or 4 new builds a day to test as they fix things and push new ones out. And you know, the testers were there. They were willing. They did an absolutely fantastic job. PSV says, after lurking for a while, oh, PSV, you're not a lurker. You're part of. We've seen you as part of this community for ages. But it says you have to be one of the most helpful channels. So a thumbs up. PSV, thank you. I do appreciate that. Talvin, what's an SDS? Where's that? Bjorn says, good evening from Sweden. Just finished the second flight with the B2 and it is amazing. Excellent. What was the what was the performance like for you? Ultimate Pilot, have you heard of Simbit World? Do you know what? I've heard of it, but I've got absolutely no idea what it is. Is that something one of my kids will have told me about? Okay, so let's just discuss the brief. So we know what we're doing, we know where we're going. Let's just discuss sort of like the usual error threat management stuff. So coming in. Everything's coded up and is fine. We're going to be coming in via Norton. We'll basically just fly the route that's in the box. I can almost potentially as well self-vector ourselves in for the ILS to left. We know about our platform altitudes, etc. 1800 feet. It's normal 3-degree ILS glide slope. That is fine. MSFS 2000 as we're coming in. So the threats to be aware of, well, number one is don't know this airport very well. I think it's probably the third time we've ever landed at it, so yeah, it's not one we're familiar with. There's no ATC around at the moment, so Unicom calls are going to have to be quite important. Oh, actually, New York approaches just come online. Oh well, that's going to make things a little bit easier. So yeah, obviously be aware of that. The plan will be our usual stuff. We'll get configured, make sure we're flaps 2 with the glide slope, etc. We're doing a flaps 3 landing today. The biggest threat for us today is probably the weather. So we've got a 9-knot crosswind and a very low ceiling. It's about 400 feet. So it's still Cat 1 stuff. So we're still going to make a manual landing. If the weather does sort of really drop on us, then there is every chance that we could end up having to go around and then come back, maybe have another go and perform an auto land if the weather's dropped. Visibility and dew point, they're the same, so you know that could happen. Let's be prepared for that. The go around then is 500 feet and then left turn to 3,000 feet missed approach altitude. And then once we've landed, we are vacating to the right, most likely on a hotel, maybe Juliet. And don't cross the runway. We'll be told where to go, which we expect to be Terminal 5. Hey, Gavin Gaming. Yes, you do have to update the Phoenix. Yep. No, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate that. Amagos, this update is free. Yes, as long as you've already got the Phoenix aircraft, of course. Cornwolf, no, there's no affiliate code for the Phoenix. I mean, it's one of the cheapest, in terms of bang for your buck. This is probably the best value aircraft, well, ever, actually, when you think about it. Anyone want to sort of contest me on that? Am I right in saying that? If anyone else can think of another, aside from sort of the fly-by-wire and Zebo mod, etc., which obviously they're free, but in terms of commercial payware aircraft, I can't think of an aircraft as detailed as this for so cheap. And whilst I appreciate £50 is not cheap for everybody, it's so good. Cornwolf says the hype and how much you fly, the fly-by-wire, is enough to make the plunge. Oh, Cornwolf, absolutely. If you, this is sort of like my tagline and has been for ever since it came out. If you love the fly-by-wire aircraft, you will adore the Phoenix aircraft. Hey, Andy Voice, good evening. Flight Sim says this is definitely the best bang for buck ever. Matthew, the Cool Sky DC-9 was outstanding. I don't remember that one, Matthew. Which platform was that on? Was that FSX? I've not heard of that. To be fair though, the DC-9 had never really appealed to me, so I quite easily could have passed me by. Andy, how's the performance after the update? Some mixed reviews, Andy. Some people are really struggling. I myself haven't really seen much of an improvement, to be fair, but it's not any worse. This, though, coming in to JFK, quite a bit of traffic around. The weather's crap. We've got low cloud visibility. So, you know, this could be quite interesting. Matthew was for FSX. Oh, it was for P3D as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely missed that one. Meta, what's the new with the version 2 update? Oh, Meta, go and have a, once we've finished landing, of course, go and have a look. What is my navigation display doing? Anybody else see that? I definitely need to put wizard mode back on this. I'm definitely getting some delay in my screens. Yeah, don't like that. I can't update these on the fly either. You used to be able to update some of these settings on the fly. You can't do that anymore. Does wizard mode still work? Yeah, there is. It's now actually an option in the Phoenix app, although they don't call it wizard mode. I've forgotten what they do call it. But maybe we'll just leave that set on 20 and let it catch up. I'll leave that on 20 and leave that one set to 80. Flight Sim, you don't need it anymore. You don't need that wizard mode sort of hack because they brought it into the Phoenix app. If I kind of bring that up 1 second. Yes, so they now call it. Yeah, it's not turned on. Look, they now call it display sync. That's what you need to turn on. But you can't turn it on the fly. Electro Soldier, what does Wizard Mode do? Or Display Sync now. I don't know. It's something to do with the displays. I don't know the magic behind it, but that's why it was affectionately known as Wizard Mode, because it just did some magic and made the displays work. At least they've called it something a bit more a bit more technical than Wizard Mode. But yeah, look, my navigation display is all over the place. Display unit failure. Bjorn, I've not actually heard any of the PA announcements, which is a shame, because we've got them turned up. And we're listening for them. Kivo, you like the underground nature of Wizard Mode and the fact it scared some people away. Starman, yes, we are indeed flying JetBlue, sorry. Yes, JetBlue. Oh my gosh, have they added maintenance to the A320? Not added it, it was always there. It was always there, so you can use it. Lulu, you only ever flew Boeing aircraft in real life before retiring. That must have been uncomfortable. Considering getting into Sims and maybe learning the ways of the Airbus, figure the Phoenix is as good as it gets. Lulu, you can't go wrong with it. Particularly if you, as someone that obviously used to fly professionally, want to really get into the nitty-gritty of things like the occasional failure and stuff like that and working through it. And this version now actually comes with a QRH, so that's quite neat. Fly-by-wire sim pilot, you were hoping this update would convince you to get the Phoenix, but it hasn't. What a shame. Well, that's interesting, fly-by-wire sim pilot, but what were you expecting that would have made you decide to purchase it? Meta, favourite destination to fly to? It's got to be... It's been a long day. What's the name of my favourite airport, guys? The Cat Sea Airport, south of Dubrovnik. Oh god, what the hell's it called? Seriously. You know when you just lose something out of your brain. Where the hell is it? Oh guys, help me out. Come on. Channel members, you all know where my favourite place is. Tivat! Thank you, Martin. Tivat. Yeah? Honestly, I could not for the life of me remember it then. Lulu, early career was spent in 737 and you point blank refused to even get into a virtual copy of that thing. Well, you heard it from you heard it from an ex-Boeing pilot there. And Matthew as well, he says, once you've gone Airbus, you can't go back. You get a table. You don't have to eat food off your knee. Right, that's our top of descent. So we're going to head down. Oh, this is interesting. None of my displays are now working. Thrust idle descent 240 blue. I definitely need to turn that sync mode back on because, yeah, I can't fly that. Don't take this as a problem with the Fenix aircraft. This is me turning that sync mode off when I shouldn't have done when I was testing something earlier. Oh my gosh, you don't need GSX for the maintenance. No, GSX is just for the loading and pushback. Flyby by sim pilot, what exactly doesn't work? Really not liking my displays in the way this is working. First officer seems to be okay. Or maybe not. Well, it might be. Hazard at the end of the flight plan in blue, there's the alternate airport. How do you go about telling the aircraft to follow it? Just do a direct. Just as you would any other waypoint on a flight plan. Autopilot, have I ever done Indigo ops? I think we've done a couple of those in the past. Chew me, that's a good shout. The weather radar doesn't work, but that's nothing to do with the Fenix guys. Right, anti-ice is on. Ian, is the MiniFCU worth it? I always say, oh, look at that. Look at that. Where's the ignition come from? Now, I've not turned that on. So, Matthew, if you're still there, you're used to flying these birds. We've not got any flats or slats extended. Is this just we've popped anti-ice on? Say, I'm not familiar with IAEs and how they operate, so some things on this are brand new to me. But Ian, yes, going back to the MiniFCU, yes, definitely, I'd say it's worth it. I never fly without it. And the fact now that you can use it with the Fenix, you can use it with a fly-by-wire, you can even use it with general aviation aircraft. You can even, if you must, use it with a Boeing aircraft. Darius, yeah, IAEs do that when you have the anti-ice on. That's interesting that they've got that model then, but they don't have models for flaps and slats on departure. Interesting. Right, we need to continue to get down, don't we? So let's pull speed. I need to wind that up, but honestly, the displays are just lagging too much here for me. Thrust idle, open descent one. Let's go 180. No, 190 blue. Right, shouldn't be long now before we have to start talking to air traffic controls, so let's tune their frequency if they're still around. 120.8.
You're good.
approach Delta 8969 requesting
timing.
pushback.
Pushback into start at pilot discretion, all short alpha, advise ready for taxi, please, Delta 8969. November 1738, ready for pushback. 1738, pushback's to your discretion, but I don't have the clearance for you, so hang on 1 second. I haven't forgot about you. Affirm, November 1738. 618, new departure radar contact, turn left heading 060, climb maintain 17,000, say altitude passing.
Here comes the rain.
JetBlue 618, left turn 60 heading, climb maintain 17,000, say altitude.
Say ahead again.
JetBlue 618. JetBlue 618, left turn 060, climb maintain 17,000.
Left turn 160 at 1,000, JetBlue 618.
New York approach, good evening, JetBlue 720, information Golf Type A320, and we're just passing through flight level 210.
7,000, JetBlue 618.
JetBlue 568, JetBlue 568, New York departure, radar contact, climb and maintain at 12,000.
Maintain 12,000, JetBlue 568.
JetBlue 617, descend and maintain 2,000.
2,000, JetBlue 617.
Delta 3722, flighting 030.
Oh, the frequency's busy.
030, Delta 3722.
JetBlue 720, New York approach, hello information, Golf curve, flighting 040, descend and maintain 4,000. Vectors ILS from our 22 left. The Kennedy altimeter is 2959er.
Descend altitude 4,000, expect vectors ILS 22 left, JetBlue 720.
Air Canada 143, taxi to parking by hotel, and which terminal today for?
Airbound 43, request taxi to Terminal 7.
Air Canada 143, roger, taxi to parking by hotel, right turn on Bravo to the ramp, cross runway 22, right at hotel.
Oh, none of the displays are working, guys. Come
So,
on.
right turn on Bravo to the ramp, Airbound 43, have a good day.
And you, Delta 3722, flighting 040, descend and maintain 3,000.
Through side 11%,
3,000,
4,000 blue, QNH,
American
295.
1355, go direct Robbinsville, climb maintain 17,000.
Robbinsville 17,000, American 1355.
Hey, American 1355, no factor traffic, next control is not online, radar service is terminated, have a good day.
Thanks for the service, see ya.
See you, Delta, JetBlue, JetBlue 568, direct white, climb maintain 17,000.
Direct white 17,000, JetBlue 568.
There we go.
JetBlue
That's
617, turn left
all
heading
fine.
250, join a localizer, runway 22 left.
250, John 60, localizer, JetBlue 617.
Delta 705, heavy turn left heading 350, descend and maintain 3,000.
350 down to 3,000, that's 75.
JetBlue 617, you're 7 miles from Zalpa, maintain 2,000, still established, clear the ILS, runway 22 left.
2,000, clear the ILS 22 left, JetBlue 617.
New York, hello, United 736, we're 14 south of Robbinsville, 11-8, descending via the Filbo with Alpha.
United 736, Newark approach, appreciate you checking on. Unfortunately, don't cover Newark. Please continue Unicom 122.8. Good night to you.
Okay, seatbelt signs are on.
Okay.
All right, JetBlue 617, the wind 200 at 15 now, no gust, runway 22 left, clear left.
22 left, clear land, JetBlue 617.
Yeah, so this is probably going to be my biggest headache at the moment. The display is not playing ball. Don't worry, we'll get that fixed for our next stream.
New York, this is land 2-0416, asking for clearance to St. John's, Canada.
JetBlue 568, next control is not on volume for the climb, no factor traffic, radar service is terminated. Have a good day.
Might need some spoilers out though, just keep up with that profile.
JetBlue 618, go direct Merritt, climb maintain 17,000.
Direct Merit climb for 17,000, JetBlue 618.
Ladies and
Delta
gentlemen,
3722, turn right heading 160.
cabin bag is safely stowed.
Right, 160, Delta 3722.
Tray table must be stowed.
And JetBlue 618, in the climb to Merritt, there's no factor traffic, radar service is terminated. And frequency is free, good day.
Please help us by handing in
Frequency change approved, JetBlue 618, see ya.
magazine.
Okay,
So
speed
additional
checks,
aircraft
go.
at the Kennedy Airport at Kennedy, attention all aircraft. New York approach now opening at 128.12. I say again 2812 for services at Kennedy, and looks like ground's about to come off for clearances there. So please contact either ground or approach as appropriate.
Ryder, thank you.
Delta 705, contact New York approach 128.12.
128.12, that's 75.
We'll get that in standby.
JetBlue 720, contact New York approach 128.12.
12812, JetBlue 720, thank you.
You're welcome. And JetBlue 617.
JFK approach. Good afternoon, JetBlue 720, passing 10,000 feet for 4,000 feet. Information Golf, Type A320.
JetBlue 720, New York approach. Good evening. Delta 705 Heavy with New York approach.
New York approach, after checking in 3000, heading 350.
Not much commentary from me now as I concentrate on this, particularly with the
Maintain 2000.
laggy displays.
705.
So 250 knots, just get the speed brakes out to help us slow down to that.
Kennedy ground line 0416, escape for clearance to St. John's, Canada, waiting permission vote.
That is a nice break in the clouds, look at that.
And 416, your route is all sorts of crazy. Let me take a look at it. Stand by.
Activate that approach phase. Jesus, wow, that looks nice.
Kennedy ground Delta 8969 requesting taxi.
Flyby,
8969.
Yeah, the displays can be fixed.
We're going to get a Kennedy ground up here in just a second.
Thank you.
I know what the issue is with that. You need to turn sync displays on and then it'll be
Stand by
fine.
Delta 8969.
Lou Dan, thank you for this prime sub and thank you for your support as well, mate. Really do appreciate that.
.79 Tango Alpha, I wanted you to join Bravo going the other way, so if you could make the next right turn and then continue on Alpha in that direction, parallel taxiway Alpha, and then Delta, cross through on right at Delta.
So
Charlie
3,000 feet
Echo.
as we pass this would be good.
Alright, I'll make the right turn to go back onto Alpha, and what was the rest of that for Tango Alpha?
Yeah, so continue straight ahead at the next intersection, right turn, you'll join the parallel taxiway Alpha in the same direction, Delta, cross through on right, Charlie, Echo.
We'll start slowing down as well in a moment. Legend Dog Fury coming into the chat after finishing work.
Alpha by, taking the
Gifting
next right,
5
then
jets and
Delta,
pilot channel
31
members
right,
as well. Thank you so
Charlie,
much,
Echo.
Doc. Really do appreciate that.
Delta 705 Heavy, turn left heading 250, join the localizer.
Happy day
250, draw localizer.
all around today, mate.
JetBlue 720, turn left heading 360.
Left heading 360 JetBlue 720.
Delta 8969, contact Kennedy ground on 121.9.
Delta 8969 121.9. Have a good day.
Land,
Okay, push manage speed, start slowing down green dot.
416, contact Kennedy ground 121.9. He's going to help you with the flight plan.
Kennedy ground 1.9.
1219.
As long as the displays keep working,
1.9.
we'll be fine.
Anyone else on the ground at Kennedy that already has their clearance, you can contact Kennedy ground on 121.9 for taxi. 379 Tango Alpha, you can stay with me.
Roger, Tango Alpha.
It's been a long time since I've seen cloud layers like this, though. This is going to make for a very interesting, nice approach.
Delta 705, you're about 12 miles from Zalpo. You're cleared ILS, runway 22 left approach.
Just left approach, Delta 705.
It's tidy up that flight
720,
plan.
descend and maintain 2000.
So maintain 2,000 JetBlue 720. 2,000 blue. So we've extended our runway center line.
Delta 705 Heavy, maintain speed 180 to Zalpo, please.
180 is up with Delta 705.
JetBlue 720, turn left heading 310.
Left heading 310 JetBlue 720. Okay, we don't need to descend that quickly. That's interesting. Why have we just lost autopilot? Still got auto thrust. That's very interesting.
JetBlue 720, turn left heading 250, join the localizer.
250 to join the localizer, JetBlue 720. Well, now I really do have my work cut out for me.
379 Tango Alpha, you keep ending up going the wrong direction on these taxiways. I wanted you to make the right turn to join Alpha the same direction previously. I didn't realize you were going Alpha this way. Alpha is clockwise and
cleared
Bravo
down to
counterclockwise at
2,000
Kennedy,
feet.
just for future reference. So you're going to switch over to the parallel taxiway Bravo again, going the same direction that you're facing now. So a
And we'll
quick
join
right
the
and a quick
localizer.
left.
Now, can we re-engage
Bravo,
autopilot?
Echo, cross 31 right.
Bravo, Echo, cross 3 on right. Sorry about that, 9 Tango Alpha.
Yep. JetBlue 720, you're about 15 miles from Zalpo, maintain 2,000 till established, cleared ILS, runway 22 left approach, and speed 160 to Zalpo.
Cleared ILS approach runway 22 left and speed 160 till Zalpo for JetBlue 720, thank you.
Delta 705, heavy wind, 19015,
Flaps
runway
1,
22
please
left,
check.
clear to land.
Flaps
Clear
1.
land 22 left, Delta 705.
Let's try that autopilot again. Nope, autopilot is not having it. How very strange. Auto thrust is though, so flaps 2, speed's checked. Flaps 2, speed 160. Can't arm the autopilot, but the flight directors are probably still going to give us decent directions to follow. 15 miles out. That's so interesting that that's got Lockstar there now.
$2,500.
Radar altimeter's alive.
November 1738, ready for departure.
November 1738, New York departure, good evening, fly runway heading, wind 19015, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, number 1738.
So all I'm doing now at the moment is following the flight directors, really. That's all I can do. I'm going to maintain 2,000 feet.
JetBlue 720, number 2, following a heavy A330, caution wake turbulence, wind 19015, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Clear land 22 left, number 2, JetBlue 720. Just check the speed, the engines are spooling up, that's fine. I'm going to get all my lights on now, so that's one less thing I have to worry about because I can't take my eyes off the screen. I've got a nice 45 knot wind as well to contend with. Low visibility, Cat 1 stuff, but autopilot in op. Where has that come from? God, I'm glad I'm not flying a Boeing. Elliot, yeah, there's little deads on
Air
set,
Canada
so
118 Alpha,
shouldn't
New York
be
approach.
shouldn't be interfering with anything.
Air Canada 118 Alpha, New York approach. Can you hear me?
I'll be happy when I can see the ground. Then I can just fly it like a Cessna.
Yep. Hello, sir. Good evening. Are you, you're coming into Kennedy, correct? Air Canada 118 Alpha, fly heading 060, descend and maintain 11,000.
Let's try and turn that autopilot on again.
November 1738, you were told to fly
Ah.
runway heading, sir. Is there a reason why you're turning to the right?
Autopilot 1, 2 are on. Cat 3 dual,
I did not
autopilot
catch
1 and
that,
2.
Repeat heading, November 1738.
Yeah, you're supposed to fly
Strange.
runway heading, which is a
Okay, well that's
224
just really
heading,
reduced
but,
my workload
since
management.
You're already going that direction. Why don't you go ahead and turn right heading 090, climb and maintain 7,000.
090, climb maintain 07000, November 1738.
Oh, we can relax now.
Ship 209, New York departure. Good evening. Fly runway heading, wind 19015, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
22 right, cliff takeoff,
Land
runway
stops
heading,
captured.
JetBlue 209.
Missed approach altitude is
November
3,000 feet.
1738, turn right heading 090.
090, November 1738.
Signs are
Delta
right.
705, welcome Kennedy, turn right on hotel, hold short 22 right.
Right hotel, hold 22 right, Delta 705.
November 379, Tango Alpha, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 22 right, 379 Tango Alpha.
We'll tune ground as well now. That's ready to be switched over. That was one of the worst possible times for the autopilot not to work, wasn't it? But we managed. Okay, let's get configured then. Gear down. Spoilers armed. Flaps 3, speeds checked. Flaps 3.
Heading, November 173, heading 090,
As our
level
airport.
07000, November 173.
November 1738, climb and maintain 1717,000.
November 1738.
Okay, pushing for managed
November
speed.
379, Tango Alpha, fly runway heading, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Quick check on what
Runway
that was.
heading
137.
22 right,
Okay, look at the headwind though. We've got
379
a
Tango Alpha.
40 knot headwind.
JetBlue 818, runway 22 right, line of wait, good evening.
On of way, 22 right, JetBlue 818.
.1,000 feet.
JetBlue 209, 1000 climbing.
We've been given our landing clearance already.
JetBlue 209, New York departure, radar contact, turn left heading 060, climb and maintain 1717,000.
That's 060.
Now watch for that wind spinning round now and coming from the left. Autopilot's off. I've got control.
November 1738, turn left direct to Gale.
Left direct to Gale, November 1738.
And November 1738, New York Center's offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved. Enjoy the ride.
Thank you.
JetBlue 818, fly runway heading, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 22 right, JetBlue 818.
There they go. That wind's just starting to move now, look.
November 379, Tango Alpha, New York departure, radar contact, stay altitude leaving.
We are at 2,500 for 5,000, 379 Tango Alpha.
And it's a bit gusty as well.
November 379, Tango Alpha, thank you, climb and maintain 11,000.
11,000, 379 Tango Alpha.
Sun Country 214, New York.
Minimum.
Continue.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Delta 705 Heavy, cross runway 3, cross runway 2
spoilers
to right, and make the
deployed,
left turn on
reverse.
Alpha to the ramp. You can monitor ground 1 to 1.9.
Manual brakes.
Cross Detroit, left turn Alpha to the ramp, Delta 705 and monitor ground .9er.
JetBlue 818, New York departure radar contact, say altitude leaving.
Through 1300, JetBlue 818.
I will
JetBlue
check
818, thank you.
the
Turn
replay
left heading 060, climb and
in a
maintain 17,000.
Left 060 up to 17,000, JetBlue 818.
November 379 Tango Alpha, proceed direct to Robbinsville, Romeo Bravo Victor.
Direct Robbinsville, 9 Tango Alpha.
And then let's taxi to Terminal 5, I think we're going to get. That's the JetBlue terminal, isn't it? At JFK. So we're on Juliet.
Your approach. Good afternoon, JetBlue 788, sending 9,000 from Cameron. We have hotel.
JetBlue 788, New York approach, good evening, squawk 4637.
4637, JetBlue 788.
Oh, funnily enough, I landed on that runway in real life a few months back. Nice to do it in the sim.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform.
Launching 416, apologies, runway 22 right, taxi via right, Alpha, left, Delta, Charlie Echo, cross 13 left.
Portable electronic devices for messaging.
Roger via Alpha, left Echo Delta, Charlie
Please
Echo.
make sure to take
To
all
right,
personal
Lengthy
belongings,
0416.
checking in the seat pockets.
JFK ground, good afternoon, JetBlue 720 with you on Juliet.
Do take care opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved.
Delta 8969,
Smoking is not.
Delta 8969.
did you need any assistance?
No, I'm just trying to get here my Navigraph actually working because it just crashed and I can't see my charts anymore. So I'm just trying to open the up again. So stand by, my bad.
See how the FPS hold out then here. And then we'll see the replay once we've taxied in.
JetBlue 234, monitor New York departure 128.12, 2812, have a fantastic flight.
2012 for JetBlue 34. Thank you very much. Ciao.
JFK ground, good evening, JetBlue 720 on Juliet, holding short, 22 right.
JetBlue 720, Kennedy ground low, contact New York departure 128.12.
12812, thank you, JetBlue 720.
Delta 8969, continue taxi straight ahead.
22 right, clear for takeoff.
And New York departure, JetBlue 720 is back with you on Juliet, holding short, 22 right.
JetBlue 720, if you could turn your transponder on mode C for me, please, so I can see you on the taxiways at Kennedy.
Ah, we're not already.
Thank you very much. JetBlue 720, hold short at 22 right.
Holding short, 22 right, JetBlue 720.
JetBlue 234, New York departure, fly runway heading, wind 19015, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
The guy being told to take off, I don't think is responding.
JetBlue 234, New York departure.
New York departure, JetBlue 234.
There he is.
Bravo, 6 right.
JetBlue 234, fly runway heading, wind 19015, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
6 right, clear for takeoff runway heading JetBlue 234.
JetBlue 818, proceed direct to Merritt. Boston Center is offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved. Enjoy the ride.
I think one thing we're going to find now on flysim.to is a brand new sort of section which will be just sound packs for the Phoenix aircraft, which will be great.
15.6 for 10 direct north.
Foreman, how much FPS do we get on the ground? It depends where we are, of course. Somewhere like JFK,
I'm
we're
sorry,
going to
JetBlue 2023, say again?
be holding around 30 FPS would be good. But
Just checking in, we're 15.3.
do think it's struggling at the moment, what with all the clouds traffic, and the fact it's New York.
JetBlue 2023 coming inbound to Kennedy. I don't show a flight plan on you.
I'll go ahead and check that. Give me 2 seconds.
If you're coming into Kennedy, that's fine. Just squawk 0212, please.
Sure, 212, and there should be a flight plan on the Southland.
Seabroader says surely flight sim.to won't allow that. They removed all the PAC sound packs due to copyright. Oh, I don't know then. Or maybe. I'll have to wait and see.
Cabin crew disarm doors.
JetBlue 2023 near approach radar contact. Descend and maintain 9,000 and fly your present heading. You can expect vectors ILS runway 22 left.
Ah, there's the JetBlue going. That's what we were waiting for. Hopefully get our clearance to cross in a moment then.
JetBlue 788, you can turn right heading 020, descend and maintain 9,000. Vectors ILS runway 22 left approach.
I get vectors 22 left, right heading 030, descend 9,000, JetBlue 788.
JetBlue 720, cross runway 22 right, and then make the right turn on Bravo to the ramp, monitor ground 121.9.
Cross 22 right on Bravo, over to ground 1219, JetBlue 720. Thanks for the service.
Thanks for flying in. JetBlue 234, New York departure radar contact, say altitude leaving.
2600, JetBlue 234.
JetBlue 234, turn left heading 060, climb and maintain 17,000.
Okay, so Bravo is our first right. I'm gonna get taxied in because then I want to watch the replay, see what it looked like.
Delta 8969, New York departure. Good evening. Fly runway heading, wind 190.15, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Could you take off Delta 8969?
And confirm fly runway heading.
Repeat, my bad. Delta 8969.
Yes, I need you to fly runway heading on departure, please. Fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading, Delta 8969.
Right, monitoring ground. Now, normally what happens here, as far as I'm aware in the USA, is obviously the pilots at this point would be speaking to ops. They'd know which gate they were going to, and they'd just be cleared into the ramp via whatever gate it is they're using. Not sure how VATSIM handle that. Flight Team Sim, thanks for being with us tonight on our first flight. What's in pilot? Am I aware of FS Realistic? Definitely aware of it. I've used it several times. Although I don't think I've got it on today. If you haven't enjoyed the stream and you are on your way out, then please do leave a like as you go. Thank you for joining us. It's been great to have you on board this flight tonight. More to come, of course.
JFK ground, this is USAR 1547. I'm at gate Alpha 22 with the information hotel and request.
Thanks, Clever. Glad you've enjoyed it as well, Elliot.
USAR 1547 Kennedy ground, push on discretion, call me for taxi.
Roger, we'll call in a minute for taxi.
Lulu, virtual
Chile,
JFK, more pleasant than real. I do listen to the real JFK controllers quite a bit sometimes. Andy, MiniFCU does not show it. You will need Phoenix Quartz still.
Chile 416, you can continue taxi via Charlie Delta, right Charlie Echo, cross 13 left.
And Kennedy ground, JetBlue 720. Apologies, not too familiar with JFK. Just checking, we're clear to the ramp and we don't need any further contact with you.
1149 with hotel ready start.
JetBlue 1149, Kennedy ground runway 22 right, taxi via left, Bravo, Echo, cross 13 left.
Look at these clouds though, they must have got some awesome weather in real life at the minute.
Left Bravo, Echo, cross 13 left, JetBlue 1149.
Right, I want to hold here on Echo Alpha because I just want to be clear on what it is
Chile 416, do you need any assistance?
they want us to do.
1 second, Kennedy ground for line Chile 0416.
Kennedy ground, JetBlue 720, we're on Echo Alpha, just checking, we're just clear to the ramp and we don't need any further ATC with yourself.
JetBlue 720 negative, so good night.
Thanks very much, JetBlue 720, good night. Right, in that case then, we'll jump in on one of the stands over here. Right, I have no idea which gate this is, rather than listing it as should be probably a terminal, but never mind. What we'll do is we'll get there and then we'll just get it to work. To be fair, I think we might not even need to do that. I think once we turn the beacon light off, the new Fenix update should automatically sort it for us. Just make sure our wingtips don't decide to kiss each other.
Land Chile 416 ground.
Go ahead, Kennedy.
Land Chile 416, I have a new route for you. I sent it over as BDC. Let me know if you can accept it.
So hopefully, once we put the parking brakes on, get the beacon lights off, shut down, GSX should just work. Let's check this out.
Land 416, affirmative. Can you continue taxi and free the road up there on Delta for me? Just continue
Okay,
Delta
parking brake
and then
is on, APU's up and running. Lead on. Shut down engine 1. Shut down engine 2. Just wait for those to drop and we get the beacon lights off. Beacon lights off, external power is available. Let's get that connected. And then I think we should be able to deboard. Commence deboarding. Yes, please. See if that all works for us then, or whether we have to do anything else. Like I say, it should be automatic, but I don't know if I need to have got GSX sort of set up ready for this stand prior to us doing that.
JetBlue 1149, monitor New York departure 128.12, have a good flight.
They might do, because look, nothing's moving, and if I double check outside, we'll just see if there's any ground vehicles or anything there. There's not, I don't think, so perhaps we would have needed to have got GSX. All loaded in at this stand. Yeah, now the gate's there, look, Delta 9. And there comes the jetway. And deboarding would commence with them, presumably. Beacons off, Jayhawk. Yeah, beacons off. But because I didn't get GSX on stand prior to us pulling in, then I think that's why it didn't work. The only reason I didn't get that because I had no idea which stand we were going for, but there we are. Right, anyone want to see the replay? Let's check out the landing then to finish the stream. It's been a late one, but it's definitely been worth it, hasn't it? So bear with me 1 minute. We've obviously got to come off VATSIM, so that's fine. And of course, like an absolute goon, I didn't set the replay up. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Our first landing live on stream, and we don't get to watch it, I'm afraid, because well, I'm an idiot and I forgot. So I apologize, but guys, I hope you've enjoyed the live stream of our new Fenix. Of course, it will be the first of many. So guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been great chatting with you guys for the last 2-3 hours about this amazing aircraft. We will try and get more streams in. I've got a very busy period in my life at the moment, just with work in real life, so getting lots of streams in is actually quite difficult at the moment. But obviously, when we do have time for a stream, make sure you're in our Discord server, because that's where they will be advertised and announced. Thank you so much, everyone. Please do leave a like on your way out. Hope you've enjoyed the flight, and of course, a massive thank you to everyone who supported the channel as well during our stream today, and our EasyJet SimPilot channel members. As always, thank you so much for your support. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon back in the Fenix aircraft. Maybe we'll have to do some British Airways ops back in the UK with these new engines. Thanks so much, everyone. See you all again in the next one. Bye bye for now.